Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Inti Campo. He's going to be checking out the chat group, making sure you guys are behaving yourself and looking for questions for the end of the show. So if you have any questions during the show, please don't hesitate to ask, and Inti will write them down for later on. Inti, do you have anything to say for the people, the good people watching?
Yes, aside of good morning, people. It's always good to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not a financial advice. You always have to do your own research before putting your hard-earned money on the market.
Excellent, excellent, radical.
What was the other one?
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
What was the other one? The other phrase that I liked it.
What do you mean, the other phrase?
You said one phrase. There's other one that I love half an hour ago.
I forgot, but I was just saying, I was making a stupid
radical.
joke. Excellent. Yeah, that's what I said. Excellent. Radical.
Okay. Okay.
That's all right. Let's head over to today's show and talk about today's show. Well, today we're going to be talking about Mr. Rat Poison. Well, not Mr. Rat Poison. His expert of Mr. Rat Poison said that Bitcoin is going to 300K. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And also we're going to talk about miners, right? What happens to miners after the halving? Because that we all know the halving is coming up in about 18 days. So let's talk about a little bit about that and what's going to happen with the miners. Are they going to dump on us and stuff like that? And that's kind of silly. But anyways, we'll explain that. But before we do that, let's go into the Bitcoin TA. I did a video today with Chris. Don't know when it's coming out, but it's probably going to come out after this video. So we discussed the bump and run, and it's running. It ran away. This was an entry point a few days ago, and yeah, it looks like you could have made some serious cash on this bump and run. I was impressed that when Chris came up with that. And if you haven't checked out his channel, it's Crypto is his channel, and you can. I will put the description link to his channel in the description below. Alrighty, with that said, what can we do? Well, again, I left a trade for everybody, and I'm wondering if I realized that he's got to edit the video, and I'm thinking, did this trade actually work out? Ooh, it was a Hail Mary trade, and it doesn't look like it was going to work out. So it's not looking so good on this chart here. But basically, what it was to take the fib retracement here, and whoa, that was an interesting set of candlesticks. There, look at that. Look at that wick. Wow, it wicked up higher than that. So we'd have to go to that one. And then take the 78.6 trade where you would actually stop loss out here. So far, you haven't been stopped out, but it'd be interesting to see how this trade plays out. Win or lose, right? You always learn something from a trade, right? And so this is where you would take profits on the trade, this particular trade. And let's see. It looks like your heart. It was a hard stopper, and it might turn around here. Might. The key thing is might. Let's see here. You have to go all the way to this level here. Hang on. There we go. That's it. And then your target is 2-to-1. Always take 2-to-1 at least. When you're setting up a trade, right? When you're learning how to trade, the thing is, you don't trade based on what I'm doing. You don't trade based on what somebody else is doing. You learn all the tools, the tricks of the tools, all these different tools that you have here. Like I have colored coins, which I'm not going to explain because that's somebody else's tool. But basically, they change the colors of the candles so they indicate whether or not the market's pushing in one direction or the other. But you come up with you take all the normal tools, right? Even like this is an indicator called the Lucid SAR, and you have the VPVR. You take all those tools and what you learned from them, and then you come up with reasons for making a trade. And those reasons are basically you learn from those reasons what those reasons are, and it could be like, okay, well, if the market M's out or doesn't M, and it's on the other side of the POC of value, right? That's when I'm going to take a short, right? And that's how you decide what to do on a trade. Also, you could also take a look at how the market actually reacts and patterns itself. And so, for example, Mountain Man decided to do 61.8 on his trades on the commodities pits. And this guy, he only uses the 61.8, and he doesn't like look at any. I mean, all the other stuff is gone, like Bollinger Bands, all of that. All he does is fib tool 61.8, and that's it. And that's one guy that just makes money off of that. And it doesn't matter what you use, just use whatever you're comfortable with, and take the trade. I mean, this is what I call this 78.6 is called a Hail Mary trade, because when it comes at you, you're like, Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinner from now until the end of time. And hoping that it actually works out, because it's just, I mean, the market just comes knifing at you at the 78.6. So it's quite scary. And yeah, it's for the most part, I think it works out approximately 66% of the time. I've noticed that these Hail Mary trades, and so I felt that it's a good enough option to take a trade off of that, especially when the market is ranging. That's when it works. It works when the market is ranging. And what does ranging mean? It means that the market goes sideways like this, right? You can see this is a ranging market. It's staying within a range, right? That's where this actually works the best. This Hail Mary trade is when you're in a ranging market. So effectively, what you could do is take this 78.6 the other way. So you can also short the 78.6 from the other way. So, for example, you can go like this from here to the top here, and probably short sometime in the future at this level, the 7,720. It's kind of scary. It's a Hail Mary trade. That's why it's called a Hail Mary trade. And then, take a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio down, taking it down. I would bet dollars to donuts that's going to happen sometime in the next 3 days before we actually break out. So this short trade will actually make a profit if you take a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio on that. So yeah, let's see if those things happen over the next little while, right? I'm not going to hide my failures. The failures actually help me learn something. So that's why I don't mind, showing you guys what all my decisions, and taking my lumps whenever I'm wrong. And really, it's not lumps for me. It's like, yeah, I made a mistake. It's wrong, and sometimes you can't be 100% right all the time. And actually, the only way you can be 100% right, and I know I didn't plan for this, I'm going to show it anyways, is if you're a bank. And I actually, you know what? I tweeted about that. I tweeted about that. So let me just find that tweet, actually. Profile, and yeah, that was a funny tweet. I'm surprised this tweet is getting a lot of traction. It's always the tweets that I do not expect to do anything that takes off. So let's see here. Where did I tweet that out? Where is it? Right here. No. I lost it. Let's see here. I tweeted out JP Morgan, only if you're a bank. Let's see here. Let me think. Okay, no. Okay, I will find then the article. Zero. Only lost 2 days out of 4 years. So basically, yeah, there it is. So JP Morgan, there's an example. Out of 4 years, right, they only lost twice. So the only way you can be right 100% of the time is if you're a bank, basically. And the bank, the reason why you can be right 100% of the time is because you cheat. You see where everybody's trades are, and you trade against them, right? And that's how they do it. And there's no other way for them to do that, to come up with that kind of win streak. Absolutely not. They can't. There's no way. So so that's the only way that I'm going to ever be right. So you'll know that I'm cheating is when I'm right 100% of the time, virtually 100% of the time, right? All right. With that said, let's talk about the halvening that's coming up. Right, it's coming up in a few days. We're seeing many people are talking about, oh yeah, miners gonna just dump on us. Well, you know what? This analyst is just like completely. He doesn't understand how mining works. Well, at least large mining works. And somebody who does mining very well. If you do mining where you are hand to mouth, you're going to lose, guaranteed. So if you think you can mine Bitcoins, right? You can buy the equipment, mine Bitcoins, and make a profit. You are completely mistaken. The reason why is because it's extremely efficient using debt. You know how the quintillion effect works, right? Well, if you were close to the money printers, right? What you would do, right, is borrow the money, print the money, basically, to buy your equipment and pay for your energy. So now, and then only pay the interest on that debt. So, for example, let's just say you get a loan for $1,000 and your interest is 1% per year, which is possible, right? Because we know that the money printers, right? They have low interest rates. They've created low interest rates environment. So that means, let's just say your energy cost is $1,000 a month. That means if you pay only the interest on the energy cost, your energy cost is actually only $1 a month if it's $1,000 a month for that energy cost, right? So because the interest, right, is only $1 a year, $1 a year, right? So you're paying only $1 a year per month, right, for each month that you pay for energy. If you're able to print the money and just pay only the interest. And that's what most of them are doing. And so effectively they can hodl their Bitcoins until it goes to like to heights that allows them to pay off their debt with cheaper money. And that's how they do it. Right? They're gonna be selling at the highs and not here. Not a chance unless. Well, you could say that, well, wait a second, they will be selling some, right, in order to pay the interest on the debt. But what they tend to do is actually sell forward their supply to get the cash they need. They know they're going to need to pay the interest on the debt. Now, these are, of course, big miners, basically, and not small miners, right? Because the small miners are the ones that are going to try and not understand, either learn the hard way that the market's like super efficient, and make the changes, or they're going to go out of business, basically. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Is this Warren Buffett expert? What's his name? His name is Preston Price, and he is saying we're going to have 300K Bitcoin. It's very interesting, right? And the reason why you wanted to listen to this guy, even though, right, he's trying. I think this article's timing is kind of interesting, because obviously what's going to happen is that if we see more and more of this, we're going to see these kind of people buying now and dumping on the retail investors who will be running to buy Bitcoin during after the halving. So this is kind of sad, right? But he is right. Overall, over the long term, right? He's saying that I would tell you that I think next orbit level is $80,000 to $100,000. It's going straight through that number, and it's probably going to be going to 200,000 to 300,000. I have to agree with Mr. Preston Price. He is correct. I think might even see something even crazier than that. Thanks to the Federal Reserve money printing and yeah, so it's exciting times. I think we might even see something scarier in September timeframe because of the money printing. We're going to see something big is going to happen in September. And I'm afraid it might be the hyperinflation event that eventually will occur. Because it's just the amount they've just completely said, yeah, we are going to throw all logic to the wind and print as much as we need, right? Nonstop. So eventually somebody's got to give somewhere and say, yeah, I'm not going to hold the dollar. I'm not going to hold the bonds of the US dollar, and I'm not going to hold the dollar, and I'm going to move into other assets. And then there you go. The whole waterfall effect of hyperinflation starts to roll down the hill. And once that starts, there's no stopping it. Okay, so let's get on to that question and answer period of today's show. Do you have anything for us, Inti?
I always have something. People start asking some really interesting questions, and I picked this one that is not a question, but I wanted to answer it.
Okay.
And this is from Golden Lionheart. And he said, Bitcoin is actually the worst crypto when you think about it. I don't think there is any crypto in the top 1000 market cap that is slower, has higher fees, and consumes more electricity. Well, I think gold is the worst form of money. Is extremely heavy, hard to carry, hard to store. I think cash is way better. I think it's easier to store, faster to use, and everyone accepts it. I think it's kind of the same comparison. What do you think about that?
He thinks that the comparison between gold and cash.
No. I compare gold and cash when talking about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that are faster.
Okay, so okay, I got it. So you're saying that cryptocurrencies other cryptocurrencies are faster, and yes, he's right. There are a lot of other cryptocurrencies that are faster, but they sacrifice their speed to have that kind of speed. They sacrifice security, so that means they're more centralized than Bitcoin is, right? And so that's the reason why they have more speed and lesser fees. Bitcoin is an experiment that I think that's going to work out. We're going to be building on layers on top of it, Bitcoin, and on top of that, right? As people come up with new ways to improve the speed of Bitcoin, we're going to see it move in the right direction. This is a protocol, not a car or a plane or something that's more tangible, right? That means, right, for example, Bitcoin is like, let's just say you purchased a Toyota Corolla outside, and then all of a sudden some developers came around and then turned it into a Lamborghini. That's exactly what Bitcoin is, right? I mean, come on. You can't compare it. Like, that wouldn't happen, of course, in reality, right? But that's what's going on with Bitcoin, right? There's somebody outside your door improving your car every single day. And because of that means it's going to go and it will achieve heights just as big as TCP/IP did. Because, like, I remember back in the days, right? People used to think that TCP/IP would not work, right? That was limited because it had to route. There was only less than 250 computers. It can be placed in one subnet. Then it had to route to another subnet, and that was just too cumbersome, right? Of a system, and on top of that, there wasn't enough IP addresses for everybody in the world. Yet here it is. Here we are. We're still with TCP/IP, and on top of that, it wasn't fast enough to do voice, to do video, and yet today, you guys, I'm doing this live video right now over TCP/IP, which was too slow back then, and it was too slow back then, and now it's not. Okay, so the same thing with Bitcoin. It's too slow right now, but in the future, it won't be. It will be a Lamborghini. All right. Next question.
All right. I wanted to clarify that I didn't say that gold is bad. It's just to make the comparison between.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. This is from Robin Timsina. It says, "Could you please ask Davinci why he picked September date for hyperinflation?"
Oh, Oh, because generally, the market comes. Everybody comes back off of vacation, and they've made some decisions based on what they know, what they've seen in the past over the past 6 months in the market, and then they react. And so, because they react around that time, that's when you'll see massive movements in the market. So that's why September, October timeframe is where we would generally see some sort of disruption, if we're going to see one at all. And same with March timeframe, believe it or not. All right, so next question.
All right. This is a question
Excuse me.
from Joe Lucier, and he asked, you use Brave browser. What do you think about BAT and how it will perform over time?
Yes, I do use Brave browser, and I think BAT will be successful because Google, right, left their mission statement. And what was that mission statement that they dropped? Anybody remember what it is? Let's think about that for a second. It was "Don't be evil." They dropped that mission, and now they are evil. They are super evil. They're so evil that they even you know who the alphabet agencies are, like the CIA, NSA, and stuff like that. They changed their name to Alphabet Agency to prove that, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're part of the government and we are spying on you, right? I mean, they just threw it in your face, right? And so people are realizing that, and they're switching over, and so am I. And that is going to be the slow demise of Google over time. It's going to take some long time before Google dies, but they will die eventually. And I think a lot of people are going to take advantage of Brave, because it's open source, and it's clear to see whether or not the NSA or CIA has got their hands in their cookie jar there. So I think Brave will do well, and I think you should definitely have some BAT tokens and use those BAT tokens, because they will come. I think they'll be valuable in the next run up to the bull market of Bitcoin. You'll definitely make some money, and you'll hear some stories. All right, next question.
All right. This is a super chat from Miami Fred, and he says, being in altcoins, but I have been transitioning several of my 401ks retirement funds to self-directed IRAs. I'm finally ready as of this week, and Bitcoin seems to be breaking out. What do you guys advise I do? Well, remember that we don't do financial advice, because if you make a decision and lose money, it's not our responsibility. But do you have something to say, Davinci?
Yes, exactly. So what I could best tell you is that what I would do, and this is based on what my personal information, my personal feelings, what I've gone through in life, and I'll explain why I'm going to do what I would do if I were you. I would sell everything out. I get everything out of your IRA immediately and take the tax hit. And the reason why I say that I would do that is because, one, let's think about this for a second. Let's take this logically. Your IRA is for your retirement, right? For your future retirement, right? So you plan to retire with that money, right? And so they will charge you taxes when you do take that money out for your retirement, right? We all agree with that, right? I think we all agree with that. That's what's going to happen. Now, if you agree that's going to happen, do you think taxes are going to be higher or lower in the future? Keep in mind that, the government's going to print their money, and that means they're also going to go into debt forever, and they need more money, more and more money. And eventually, the system's going to collapse. And they're not going to have once they go into hyperinflation, they're not going to have any money anymore, right? Because if the money goes to zero, right, then they don't have any. And so, where is the best place to get the money when they do run out of money? Is it from Bitcoins? Is it from gold that people privately own and hold in their house? Or is it from the retirement funds that everybody thinks is protected by the government? I mean, Inti, how well did that work out for people in Argentina that saved their money in retirement funds?
In retirement funds,
Yeah.
they're struggling to get food.
What?
They struggle to get food.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
Struggle, sorry.
Exactly. I wouldn't trust any kind of system where the government is holding is allowing you to do something to save your money. I don't think they're going to honor that. I don't think they're going to honor that, and I really don't see that happening. Right? You could say, yeah, they'll never do that, but come on. I mean, people said they'll never take away the backing of gold. They'd never, default on their debts when they defaulted twice. So the United States defaulted twice. So I can't see any other way out for them except to steal your money. Of course, they're not going to steal it outright. Like say, hey, give me all your money. No. They don't do it. They don't work like that. They'll give you some sort of script for it. They'll give you some sort of like fake money, paper money for it, right? And tell you, hey, you know what? We're trying to take care of you, right? Because you can't handle your money, right? We're trying to take care of. They'll wrap it up in some sort of like, we're trying to do right, kind of thing, right? So don't worry about that. Anyways, next question.
Next question. So this is a super chat from To The Moon and says, why is something big going to happen in September? I think we already answered that, but let's make your money count, right?
Yeah, we did answer that, but if you scroll back, we answered that question, why, when, and why. So I'm not going to repeat myself,
Okay.
right, for everybody in the stream. So next question.
This is from Archie S. Do you think the Fed will protect the banks no matter what? Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's no. That's a yes. What else do you expect? The banks own the Fed and they own the government, so there's nothing to expect. Anything less is just silly. All right, next question.
Next question. This is from OG. This is and also obvious question and says, the real story is the supply chain disruption. We have free money, but what happens when there is no more food to be made? Mass famine?
Yeah, if there's no more food to be made, but then again, why do you say that's going to happen? There's always going to be food to be made. I mean, everybody can plant a garden and everybody can survive off of the local land. Heck, you could probably survive in an apartment with just potatoes, right? And enough dirt to grow potatoes. So it's not the end of the world here. So don't try to say that, hey, you know what, everybody's going to be starving and dying in the streets. No, that's not going to happen. We are innovative and smart creatures. We know how to survive no matter what things get thrown at us. So you don't have to worry about it. We will get through this. And the problem is just how long it takes for us to get through this and get to the other side, right? If the government continues to deny reality, it's going to take longer for us to get to the other side and start going back to normal. But if they give up on this approach of money printing, then yeah, if they give up on the money printing, we will come back. We'll recover very fast within a year, right? We'll recover. But if they give up on money printing, but if they don't, it'll take years. All right, next question.
All right. So this is from Gunjaka and asks, Davinci, where are we in the fear and greed cycle? Is this the disbelief phase?
The fear, yeah, it's a disbelief phase effectively right now in the stock market. They think that, well, I think we've already fallen, and then now it's more of like, oh yeah, things are going to be getting back to normal, and so we're going up. And I think this is going to be crashing down very, very soon over the next little while. Now, yeah, it'll be an interesting next I'd say about 3 to 6 months. Yeah, gonna be very interesting times to watch the market. All right, next question.
Okay, this is a super chat from Super Google Lee, and he asked, where should I place a stop loss for Dash? I bought at 82. I don't think we can answer that because it all depends in your strategy. For example, if you're using little lady, you don't have stop loss. I
Exactly.
don't know how to answer that really.
Exactly. You need to have a strategy, and part of when you're coming with a plan to trade, right? And you need to your trading plan must always have a entry point, a stop loss, and a profit target. If you don't have all three of those things, that plan is useless, right? And then once you have those three things, then you execute every single time until you see that it doesn't work. And speaking about doesn't work or working, and let's take a look at that trade. Look at that. So far, we bounced off the 78.6. We were like really scary. And let's see if this thing goes and gives us reaches our profit taking target over the next little while, which happens to be the 7,000. Let's see here, 7,555. Right, and obviously our stop loss here is 7,447. So that's an example of a good plan, right? Where you're doing the 78.6. You're taking a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and you walk away. That's it. You could run this, let this thing run, but because it's a type of trade that is it's within a ranging market, you wouldn't want to let this thing. You wouldn't want to hold this thing and then take half off the table, and then hold the rest and move this to stop loss, because no, it's a ranging trade, so you have to walk away full profit at 2-to-1. Alrighty, next question.
All right, this is a question from yesterday's stream that I consider interesting. That is from Stefan Grace, and says, "Good morning. What do you think about this question? If central governments around the world develop their okay." don't mind me. We're already answered the question a lot of times because it talks about governments creating their own digital currencies and how this will affect Bitcoin. And I remember that you said it's not going to be that bad. It actually could be good.
Exactly, because it makes it easier for the buy, basically, and that's the key thing. That's why Tether exists, right? It's really difficult to move your money around, right? To make purchases of cryptocurrencies, and with a system like that's a digital currency, like Tether or like the DAI or whatever, all the different the stable coins that are out there, just make it easier for you to buy. That's all, and make it easier for you to transact between other people that have Bitcoins. And so it's really just a death knell for the fiat currencies if they try to go to that route. So I'm not concerned. All right, next question.
This is from Pete's Dragon, and ask, what do you think the best performing altcoin will be in Bitcoin's next bull run? He talks about Link.
Well, there's going to be a lot of them, but if I were to just give it a guess at it, right, I would say Ethereum. Ethereum, hands down, will just demolish. It will be the next thing to just demolish the returns compared to Bitcoin. Also, there are going to be smaller ones, of course, that are going to make you crazy amounts of money too, but you don't know which ones are there, which ones they're going to be. So you have to be spread out across a lot of them, and put in a small amount of money so that you can say that you are in that one asset that went haywire and went all the way to the moon.
Oh, by the way, we have already 575 viewers.
Awesome.
So if you people, thank you so much, can want to support Davinci, please smash that like button for him.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, hit the like and also subscribe as well. All right, so one more thing. Well, we're gonna answer one more question, but before we do that, let me just go over the fact that I do have Pandora's wallet to help me trade the cryptocurrencies. What I designed it for was to allow me to do the little lady strategy and keep my crypto on me, and so that I can actually trade the little lady style and not be afraid that the exchange might collapse on me. Now, if you're interested in this wallet, there's a subscription model for using this wallet, and also I provide you access to my portfolio of different altcoins, and for a limited time until the end of this month, and will not be offering this ever again. I guarantee you, we're not doing this again. Is that you can purchase any one of these subscriptions, and you will be a permanent member of the Telegram group, where I provide different trades. I trade on every Sunday. We'll be doing trading as the week closes on Bitcoin, and also you will be able to see what I'm buying and what I'm selling, when I'm selling the different altcoins as well. So take advantage of that before this offer ends, and it's gone for good. All right. With that said, let's get on to the next question. Well, actually, let's make it the last question for the day.
Okay. Let me pick the best one. Okay.
What do you got for us?
Oof, it's tough. Okay. This is from 88 Hayduk. And he asked, when a live stream with rational investor?
Oh, when are we going to do
that would be really interesting.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to do a live stream again with Brian Beamish. Maybe we can get him to do some TA for all of us out there, and see that it's actually the same kind of TA that I'm giving you.
Probably not.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's had 30 years of experience, so he'll have a different take on the markets. But basically, whatever I've said in the past, like all the different words, the W's and M's, if the market's smiling at you, all that comes from Brian. So even the little old lady strategy comes from Brian Beamish. So yeah, if you're interested in learning how to trade, right, you can head over to therationalinvestor.davincej15.com, and you'll get $50 off the next first year course. There's 3 courses, 3 different semesters, and you will learn how to trade like a professional and enter the market and making money. So yeah, if you're interested in doing that, and I suggest you do that before you use any of those leverage exchanges such as Bybit and Femex. And if you're interested in using those exchanges, you can and supporting our channel, you can do so by checking the links below and seeing the links to those websites, so that you can help support the channel.
Also, if you're curious, Brian, the Rational Investor, has his own YouTube channel where he does market analysis of all kinds every day, so you can check it out.
Exactly, yeah. He does the broiler chicken show, which is quite interesting, every Sunday, and that's a complete overview of all the markets, and that's a really good show. So check that out. All right, thank you very much for that question, and so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's a weekend, and I'm going to take the weekend off.
Oh, today's Friday?
Yes, I know. The time flies, doesn't it?
Come on.
Yeah. So this show was actually brought to you by Carolina of Davinci Codes, and so Carolina has her own blog. She's going to be doing a story today, so please check it out at davincicodes.net. And if you haven't seen this video popping up right here, please check it out. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week, Monday.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.